Welcome back to Two Runners, Roy Nell. Johnny Solmili had his trial today, and he pled guilty for 3 charges. He has another 4th charge that has to come back on April 9th for that 4th charge. And then there's another charge and another court waiting for him. So Johnny Solmili is stuck in Korea. He pled guilty on 3 of the cases. So he's gonna have to wait for this other case to be over with and wait for the other trial in another part of Korea. So he's gonna be in Korea for a long time. He cannot work. He probably will get some jail time and mess around and find out. That's what he's finding out right now. You know, he has been a silly man going over to a country where they have certain rights and regulations like every country, and a place where there's not too many black people or people of color, and he represented people of color very, very badly. And so, you know, people who like to travel and travel places where other people don't, it's a privilege to travel, and we don't need people going to these other countries acting a fool and representing people of color, people that look similar to me and to others like me, acting a fool. If you're gonna act a fool, stay home. Don't travel, you know. And if you are gonna travel, be on your best behavior. So, yes, he pled guilty on 3 of his charges, and he has more to come. So, just a warning for people to be careful when you travel, be safe, be smart, and don't try to aggravate people anywhere you go, especially abroad. And so, like I said, legal, I forgot the name of the lawyer, but there's Legal Mindset and Atuzi had did a after trial little rundown, so you can watch that after this, and you can follow Legal Mindset for everything Johnny Solmili. All right, I'll talk to you soon. Peace.
3 of them were addressed today.
Okay.
The 4th charge, which he just discovered about the other day, which I brought up on my stream 2 days ago, and he got the notice of in Korean yesterday. Actually, didn't even get it. Sorry.
Oh wow.
He didn't know anything about it today, and his lawyer didn't know anything about it.
Yeah, they were pretty shocked.
Oh, okay. So that was a separate charge. Was that the charge that he was showing? And
the new obstruction.
Oh, the newest obstruction charge. Okay, yeah. So there's another charge as well that's coming against him about the deepfake stuff that he accidentally leaked on his stream last night. Because as we've been covering, I mean, he's been playing his cards in the worst way possible the whole time, from start to finish. And last night, I guess he decided to get drunk at 3 a.m, go live, and show up extremely late to court because of that. And on his live stream, he was doing, like, I guess, getting paid to do shots, and he ended up showing a new charge that hadn't been leaked to the public yet.
So that charge was actually it's the police case that the police have given over to the prosecutor. So it means that they're going to prosecute it. It's going to trial. Yeah.
In the Korean system, once the police decide to actually formally charge you and they send it to the prosecutors, that's pretty much it. That's where you get the 90+% conviction rate. You're pretty much done. If they've decided to go that far, that means they have the evidence to prove the crime.
So
if there's no evidence, it usually doesn't go to that point. They just drop the case, or if it's like 2 people having a fight or something, they settle or something like that. But in this case, it's gone to the prosecution, so not going to be fun for Johnny Boy.
And he came in with the biggest smile on his face, and then as soon as they read him his charges, his smile just vanished. So it seems like he was truly humbled as he had to sit down for the court hearing.
His suit was terrible. I think that's Hank's
right.
suit.
Okay.
He was wearing Hank's suit.
So we basically kind of confirmed today that he showed up with Hank. So it seems like he's staying with Hank. And then he showed up in Hank's suit, which was oversized. So it just did not really look right at all. And then on top of that, what was the other thing that happened?
The MAGA hat?
Yeah, the MAGA hat happened. Right, okay, so the charges that we know, okay, so we have the 2 misdemeanors, which number 1, it was for the fish.
Minor Crimes Act.
The Minor Crimes Act, which are essentially misdemeanors in the US. That was for running around with that fish on the stream that we covered and shoving it in people's faces on the bus and so on. And then there was like a managing director of that bus company that was apparently on.
That's pretty much it.
That's
basically what he was.
There was he showed up in a suit looking like this.
Picture of Johnny Somali in court today.
Accurate depiction.
So that was one of his misdemeanor charges. Then on top of that, there was another misdemeanor charge for him twerking on people on the subway, which we also covered, and blasting loud music.
Loud music, but they didn't specifically mention the obscenity. They just said foul language, but they didn't say obscenity. So I'm not sure if that's good.
It was subway and bus, or
Subway
just,
and bus.
Subway
Yeah.
and bus. So it was kind of confusing.
So I'm surprised they haven't mentioned anything about him interrupting the concert, because he went up on stage and did a whole spiel there as well.
We don't know
And
what that last obstruction charge is. Maybe
so that could be it, because that seemed to be televised. So that was another thing there.
And it depends on the district as well, because if the crime happened in that district, it will go to that district court. So
Yeah.
these crimes are just for this district. The other crime is for the eastern. Is it the eastern? Yeah, the eastern district is the sex crime is for the eastern district. So that won't be in this court.
Right.
That'll be in the other courtroom.
So that crime that he just mentioned, that was the deep fake incident with was it Bong Bong TV or something like that?
Probably Bong Bong, yeah.
Okay.
But there's a few people that have reported him,
Including Bing
so
TV, who is here today with us, the Korean streamer. He has a deep fake. Dalgoon has a deep fake. Many of the Korean streamers have deep fakes with Johnny Somali, and they've all pressed charges, and none of them have dropped them. But I believe this one will be Bong Bong because it specifically mentioned
probably,
female.
yeah, it's
So and then obviously the last charge, which was the obstruction of business, that was confirmed to be in the 7-Eleven, and they also said how he was talking negatively to an elder employee as well, and they really punctuated that.
Yeah, harassment of an elderly person, an elderly worker, making customers feel unsafe, and then also, judging quickly his first time, and then also drinking alcohol when he was asked not to drink alcohol. They changed the law. You're not allowed to drink alcohol in a convenience store.
Okay.
And they can get in trouble for it. So she was actually following the law by telling him not to drink. And then he was abusive to her. So that's also part of the obstruction.
Was there anything else that you noticed in Korean that we didn't understand? Because we were using him as a translator.
They just generally didn't seem very impressed with him. When the judge didn't really, I don't think, know about the fish story.
Interesting.
But when they read out he was going around public transport with a rotten fish, the judge kind of went like this. He did a kind of a neck twitch. Like, what is this guy on? Yeah, so that was funny. And the judge saw him making faces at us.
Right, yeah, when he walked in.
And then on the bench, he made a face directly at me and Adozi.
In front of everyone.
Right to us, in
Very
front of everybody. He looked to us and did both of us. It was pretty direct. It was right at us, like direct.
So that was Hank apparently showed up and called us losers.
Oh, we're losers, guys.
Hank called us a loser, so we're so emotionally damaged right now. You can see A to Z. He's deep with the emotional scars. It's okay, man.
Why don't you guys mind your own business?
Don't cry, man.
But other than that, I'm trying to see. So, he has another case. What, it's scheduled for April 9th?
April 9th is going to be his plea, his time to plea for the new charge. So he pled guilty on the 3 counts, the old obstruction charge he got in November, then the 2 Minor Crimes Act. He pled guilty on those. But the new one he got this week, he hasn't pled anything. His lawyer hasn't reviewed it. So he's got to come back to court. He doesn't even know what it is. He thinks he knew everything. He didn't even know. So they've got 3 weeks just to deliberate, meaning think about it and come back in April. This process is slow, and while we were in there, we were actually watching a case that had been going on and delayed for 1 whole year because a witness failed to show up. So Johnny thinking he's going to be out of here in 3 weeks or a month, think again.
Yeah, so it seems like he's definitely going to be stuck here for maybe even a year and more, depending on his sentence as well.
I'd say
a lot of people were saying
a year at this point, a minimum.
Minimum a year is what you think? So a lot of people here are thinking he's going to get somewhere between 3 to 5 years in prison for all of this, which is crazy. But it'll be really interesting to see what happens moving forward. So we have that trial on April 9th, and then did they set the new trial for this, or when the next hearing for this case is?
April
Oh,
9th.
that is April 9th?
So April 9th is the next court hearing, and then on
Okay.
April 9th, we'll decide the